From the bottom, ain't no half-stepping. I'm the dog, I made it through so they don't ask questions. Long Beach, and it ain't no half-repping. Once a dog, always a dog, so they don't ask questions. From the bottom, ain't no half-stepping. I'm the dog, I made it through so they don't ask questions. Long Beach, and it ain't no half-repping. Once a dog, always a dog, so they don't ask questions. Tell them never question, dog, I'm sitting goat status. Eating chicken with my gin, smoking on some cabbage. Used to pedal on that swing with my fro out. Whole lot of bunnies flocking to me when I roll out. I've been rolling on dubs, coin collecting, keep it sonic blue. Blue rags and house shoes, they know how the dog do. Skinny nigga, heavy pockets, the West OG. Can't a nigga cross the globe say they don't know me. Been applying pressure from 8 to 24 like Kobe. Mr. Hall of Fame used to bend the corners with strollies. Had to lay the blueprint, they rolled out the carpet. Anything I wanna own, I got my own market. Blew this, blew that, everything beautiful. Still ain't sold my guns and I still ain't had to use them though. Was once a hard head, now I'm counting blessings. I made my own way, still they don't ask questions. From the bottom, ain't no half-stepping. I'm the dog, I made it through so they don't ask questions. Long Beach, and it ain't no half-repping. Once a dog, always a dog, so they don't ask questions. From the bottom, ain't no half-stepping. I'm the dog, I made it through so they don't ask questions. Long Beach, and it ain't no half-repping. Once a dog, always a dog, so they don't ask questions.
Good evening, everybody. I'm your host, TKB, Bushleague Sports. We're back, episode 5. All kinds of technical difficulties. Tried to fire up a song, wouldn't fire up. Just kept chiming. Whatever. We're stoked to be back. It's going to be another fun one. As always, I'll be joined with my co-host and good old pal, Trav No Sleep, as well. I'm going to be chatting all kinds of things. Hockey's coming up. We got all kinds of things to talk about. Football. I was just down a game in Denver and just all kinds of stuff to get into. So I want to bring my pal up and get right into it, see where we're going. Have some fun. It's halftime in the football game. Trav, how are you doing? What's going on, buddy?
Dude, I'm doing good. Man, thanks for having me. Man, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. It has been 2 weeks since, I guess we only missed 1 week of the show, but 1 week is 1 week too much, man. 1 week too much.
Yeah, I missed you too, buddy. I missed you too. You know, I was just out touring the land and hanging out with my kiddo and hanging out with some people down in Denver and that. We'll get into it all, but no, it's good. But man, like you see, did you hear the chiming at the start?
I did.
And then I tried to switch to our intro and it wasn't working. And I don't know if you could see me in the background. Like it just was pause. It wouldn't go. So then I tried to restart it and then it just kept chiming. And I'm like, this is whatever. It's Bush League. That's how we always start out, baby. It's never going to work right. But
so I pictured you freaking out in my head. In my head, I pictured you freaking out. That's for sure.
Well, I was like, I guess I'll just hope another song works and I'll just cover with that. And if that doesn't work out, then I guess we're coming in with the good old, me just popping up and being like, whatever, while I try to clear it all up.
For sure. But hey,
I just realized I'm on a different camera too. I got in, obviously I just got in from my trip like 10 minutes before we fired up the show, and I realized I don't even have my camera properly on. So we're gonna have a different we got a different ambiance here today.
A little different view. No worries, man. I got a new background behind me as well. Usually I'm running that black wall, but you know, it's time to bring this Bush League up to the big leagues, man. So I got the nice little sassy setup behind me. Dude, I got a mic. Look at this. Hello.
I like it.
I got a mic. I need a boom now. We'll figure it out. But I'm stoked to be here, man. So last week, we missed because of me last week, and I apologize, but I was taking the kids to Disneyland. The wife and I went down there, man. A great trip. Recommend if you are ever planning on having kids in your life. I don't care if you're 16 years old. I don't care if you're 40 years old. If you're ever planning on having kids, start saving for Disneyland right now. Holy cannoli, that place is absurdly expensive. Was absolutely great. The kids had such a blast. I got some naps in. You know, we didn't go too hard, but it was a great time. Thanks for giving me the week off, boss. I appreciate it.
No, you're the lead around here. I'm nothing without you. But no, I'm stoked to hear that. Like you and the kids all had a good time. Were they just blown away by it all, or what?
Yeah. So my daughter's 12. She knew we were going in advance, but my son is 5, going to be 6 here soon, and he had no clue. So it was really cool just to kind of see his surprise. He fell asleep on the plane flight over and did not wake up till we got to the hotel room. He thought we were going to his grandparents' house. So I carried him into the hotel room, laid him down. We woke up the next morning. We went to breakfast. There's all these kids at breakfast with Mickey Mouse ears on, with Mickey and Minnie t-shirts on and all the Disney stuff. He still had no clue. He's like, when are we going to Grandma and Grandpa's house? And I'm like, Bud, man, like, look around, dude. Where do you think we are? And man, he was stoked. My brother and sister-in-law met us there and their kids. So it was just a great experience. Not crazy. Everybody had a good time. No whiny, complaining kids. Everybody was just happy to be there, happy to be alive. It was great, man.
No, awesome. I'm stoked to hear that, and stoked that you and the fam got to have a good one. Obviously, I was kind of all over the place. I went down to Denver for a few days with Vayner Sports Pass. I went on a pretty rad trip there, and then just went back home for a little bit too, right? So it was nice. I went down, dropped my kiddo off. She went home with grandma. For anybody who's Canadian, it's Canadian Thanksgiving this past weekend, right? So my little girl, she went down with grandma, and then on Saturday I flew down to Denver for it was a Hollow, it was Alpha. That's why I got I always hit the wrong side when I'm trying to reach up. The camera always screws me, but we got shout out to Hollow, the Vayner Sports Pass, one of the passes through that NFT project. They invited a bunch of us down to go to the Broncos game in Denver there, and big group, a lot of cool people. I got to meet up with some I met before, a lot of them meeting for the first time, and then got to meet Gary and AJ as well. But I'll kind of get into all that a little later, I think. But the first night was, it's kind of cool. I just flew, I had to fly into Vancouver, flew into Denver, kind of got out the train station. It's actually pretty funny. I got out the train station, and like when you get at Union Station there, you're kind of downtown Denver. And so get out there, kind of go to walk to try to find like a cab or something just to quickly get to the hotel, because I got in about 6 and everybody was already kind of meeting. And I'm like not even one building in, and that's like the bar that everybody was meeting at. I was almost going to pop in while I had all my bags and everything, but I'm like, no, I better go to the hotel, drop all my stuff off, have a quick little rinse because I was flying all day like ass, and then rip back over to the bar there and kind of hung out with everybody. Got to meet a bunch of people on Saturday and had a few drinks. BS. It was kind of cool to meet some people. A few of the guys, like the one fella Travis there, like he's playing in my Dynasty Football League, and then he's a fellow Trav, and
that's a good name. How'd you know I was thinking that?
Yeah, I could just tell you the face light up. And then obviously, he's playing in the Friends Fantasy League and stuff too. And there's there was probably 3, 4 people, 5 people that were at the event that were playing in the league too, which is really cool, and just fun to see everybody and meet up with them.
Heck yeah, man. And
exchanged and all that.
And I know you want to get a little bit deeper later. What I'm super excited about is right now we are in week 5. We just finished week 5. Actually, we're in week 6 now, game 1 of week 6 of the football season. But we're also week 1 of the hockey season. I know you and I are huge hockey fans. You got the Detroit jerseys behind you. I don't have any hockey jerseys behind me. I need to get some hockey stuff behind me. But man, I'm stoked. Kicked off, huge game. Probably don't want to get too detailed, but Crosby versus Bedard, opening face-off. They were mic'd up. The ref was mic'd up, and I didn't hear the whole, like I heard it, but I don't remember exactly what it was. But it was like, Sydney, congratulations, 19 years in the NHL. Congratulations. Bedsy, good luck, or something like that.
I think it was like hey, Sid, welcome back for another one. And he looked at Bernard and he's like, hey, he's like, welcome to the NHL.
Yeah.
Showtime, boys. And then he threw the hand up, dropped the puck. It was pretty cool.
Super cool.
Yeah, no, it's just sweet. Cooch got the first goal of the season, right? Big Cooch with the first one, kicker off. See if he gets back up to form this year. It's going to be really fun to get some hockey going. I know I really want to integrate some hockey into like the fantasy league stuff that we're doing in that next year. Just a little overwhelmed this year. We're starting the show, starting that other league, and you can only take on so much at a time. So you just kind of kicking it off. But no, there's been a few good games. I know for us, we got our fantasy league going, so it's a short week. We play like a 5-day week or whatever this week, and it's fun. So I got Leon Draisaitl in a couple leagues. I'm excited to get that going. I guess that's the football trophy, but after football season, the hockey one will take over up there. But we got a trophy just like that for our hockey league too. Geez, we've probably had that thing going for 15, 20 years. So no, it's fun to see hockey back, and excited to just have, I guess you have sports every night now when hockey's back, right? So it's good.
Absolutely. And I don't know what kind of streaming services you have in Canada there. I assume you guys use ESPN Plus for hockey as well. And ESPN Plus has changed the game for hockey for me. And I know I don't want to get too much into hockey, but I grew up in hockey in the Pennsylvania area. My dad's a huge hockey fan, and my dad and I stay connected based on hockey games, based on ESPN Plus. And it'll be, every night I put the kids to bed and I'll text my dad and I'll be like, hey, Dad, what game are we watching tonight? All right, Leafs versus Wings, hey, Dad, what game are we watching tonight? All right, we're watching Isles versus Rangers, and we'll kind of watch the games together, chat, fall asleep, whatever. But it's just kind of a great bonding experience for me and my dad to continue to have, even though I live in Texas and he lives in Pennsylvania. So, man, I'm so stoked hockey's back, and I can't wait to get more into it with you as we go on this crazy Bush League adventure.
And I don't think there's much, I don't know if I do anything for streaming hockey. Like, you just Get Hockey. It's Canada. I don't know. I don't even have to stream that. Like football, I pay for my DAZN or whatever, and I pay for football streaming. But hockey's just it's always on.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So actually, I'm missing Stars opening game tonight. It's going on right now. Tied 1. Was it tied 1-1 or tied 2-2? I think it was tied 1-1 last I looked. My wife's out of town. She's in Scottsdale for a birthday party. I'm single dadding it up, having a blast. Kids are in bed. We're having fun.
Nice. I like it. Yeah, I'm watching the Broncos kind of blow it again. We'll get into it a little later, but they weren't that great to watch last week, and they're not looking that much better today. But what do you do? But I know week 4, we kind of missed over that. We'll kind of just glance over it, but big week. Pretty sure I got the upper hand on you, set the record with a 13-3 pick. So I mean, put us on the map. I mean, if you guys want to play along, do a little gambling, 13-3. What was I? 12-4. Oh, geez, we're hot, baby.
I agree. Look at our picks over the last few weeks. We're only getting better. This is my second 12-4 week. In week 4, yeah, you went 13-3. That's a record for a week in the season this year. So I think actually we're tied now. Overall, we're tied. I think I was still up 1 game on you, but after week 4, me losing by 1. I got some push-ups to do. I don't want to do them. What time is it here? It's probably 10 o'clock at night. I don't want to do push-ups. I'm going to do them. I don't know how I'm going to make this work today in my new spot, but I'm going to jump down and do them. Let me see if I move out of the way. Can you sign? You can kind of see the ground over there in the corner. You're going to see me go up and down. I'm going to bob up and down. Here we go. I'm not going to be able to hear you. I got headphones in. So any mocking, anything like that, definitely do. If you see my butt, just compliment it when I get back up, okay?
I like it. Perfect. 25. But yeah, for those that don't know, we throw down a little bet every week between the two of us, and then we kind of get into it a bit. And usually what we're doing is whoever has the worst picks, they got to do 25 push-ups, and it's something we're doing. Oh, there he goes. He's buzzing it. We should put him on the big screen here. Let's see what we got going on. He's crushing 25. But, every week, thanks to my buddy Joel for sponsoring it. Joel Bam Bam Mills. He's online 5 days a week with his online workouts. Some of the best home workouts you can do anywhere. And every week, whoever loses the bid's got to do 25 live on air. So that's a second time Sleep had to do it. But we had a carryover week 1 because we tied, and then week 2 I had to dust 50, and it was a tough run. But my man crushed through that 25 easy, like nothing, putting it on the map. Big dog gets it done. Easy work. What's going on, buddy?
I'm back. Could you see me?
We could see your head. You're doing your thing. You're going up and down. You were crushing it. You were buzzing. So, shouts to Joel for sponsoring the weekly push-ups, and it's good to see you crush them out. We're 50-50 now, though. You might have 2 losses. I got 1, but we're 50-50 on the push-ups. And obviously, the reason we crushed them out is because we tied going into this last week here, right? I think we both come out 12-4. Like you said, we're staying hot. We're picking good, but there's a lot going on in week 5, and we got the picks in just in time while I was on holidays. I think about Saturday night or Sunday morning, and here we are back for another.
So now we're in a different arena, right? Because we're in bye week, starting in week 5. I'm kind of winded, so.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, how you feeling?
So in week 5, you start bye week. So 14 games. We both went 10-4, and we picked a little bit different. And I would say our losses were all different, right? But it was definitely interesting. It was definitely an interesting week.
I think the one big one was like, I've just seen it year after year where like the Jags, they get pretty acclimated, and they almost always like beat the second team a lot of times because the team comes in, they're jet lag. Jags are chilling. They've been there for a week and a half. And so I think that's one we differentiated on. It was the Bills Jags overseas game. And other than that, I don't really know where our differences are. Like I said, I just landed, just got in the door, so I didn't have time to fully review them, but I know that was one.
Can I make a confession?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Live on air. We're live, right? Yeah, heck yeah, live. 17 minutes in. I see it.
I think there's a button I can press that even like will make it show and seem like we're live.
No, all good. I heard. Oh,
where is it?
So for everybody listening, all you Bush League fans, I didn't send my picks until Friday. And
you got one freebie? That's okay.
And you be damn straight that I picked on Friday. I picked Chicago to win Thursday. You be damn straight. I picked on Friday for Chicago to win on Thursday. So I got that one, but my Buffalo pick was no bueno. So it was kind of fun.
That's right. So you got to get a freebie once in a while. There's no shame in that. We'll give it to you.
Absolutely. But looking at week 5 as a whole, a couple things stood out to me. One of those was Taylor. Taylor coming back in the lineup for Indy. Obviously Richardson going down, but Taylor's been off for 4 games. So Zach Moss still got the heavier hand, right? Had more snaps, more points. I still looked like he's looked the last couple of weeks. So cool to see him.
He never looked like that in Buffalo. You know what I mean? You never seen him do it, but he was running for his life knowing Taylor's back. They said they're ramping Taylor up this week a bit though, so we'll see what that means. But Zach Moss looked good, so it's hard to deny the guy, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. I got a trade. So I dropped my both my QBs are hurt right now and out. I got Watson and I got Robinson and a DK. One of the many DKs that we talk about on this podcast. I think there's about 10 of them. One of the DK, I think the real DK, not the DK, the real DK sent me a trade request looking to CJ Stroud for Taylor, and I'm nervous. I'm like, man, I don't know. So I have Moss and Taylor. I can't decide what I want to do. I feel like Taylor's the long play. Maybe I try to bait Moss, but
Stroud, or what do you got for quarterback?
So right now, I went and picked up Dobbs. So I have Robinson. I got Watson. I went and picked up Dobbs this week. I think with Connor out, I know we're supposed to be talking about this at the end, but with Connor out, I'm thinking Dobbs is going to be running a little bit more, be doing a little bit more, needing to be more active back there. So it'll be interesting to see. So that's what I picked up.
you got Kyler Murray stashed then?
I have Kyler Murray stashed in one of my leagues. I don't think it's my sassy league, but I do have. Yeah, it is my sassy league. I do have Kyler Murray stashed.
If you're relying on that, then you should have him sitting in behind him, just because he's not going to play forever.
Yeah, sure.
Come back and take over. I don't know. I guess depends. What's your running back depth? What do you got for running backs in this league?
I'm stacked on running backs.
What do you got on that team?
All right, stand by. Let me. My phone is.
That's what determines it, right? Like if you got the depth to get rid of it, and you think the quarterback's worth it, but it just at the same time, I would probably wait a week or two and just see, right? Like, and especially if you have Zach Moss, because when one of them, now you're just in a power position where if one of them gets hurt, then you have the guy no matter what. So it just depends. Like I have one or two teams because of like the fab, and we'll get into the Friends Fantasy League a little later. But when you got the power to bid, I have a few leagues where I got like 5-6 really, really good running backs. There's a couple there's no way I'll even start them unless a barrage of injuries. So it's like I could trade them and up a different position.
Okay, so I'm going to give you my running back because that now I can think of this league. For some reason, I just got stacked with running back. So Derrick Henry, I drafted Kamara and I drafted Taylor. Both sat on the IR for the first 5 games. Picked up Swift on the wire. Picked up Zach. So I'm stacked, and I'm going to tell you right now, I picked up because of the fab. I picked up Amari DeMarcado as well out of Arizona, and I thought that he was supposed to be the guy. You know, it's really funny how the different fantasy leagues are projecting, you know, depth charts and who's going to be the guy, because I believe
the person writing the stats at that website.
Yeah.
Right?
So Sleeper is projecting DeMarcado, and you know NFL is projecting. I can't think of the other back's name. Yeah. So it's been interesting. It's been interesting, but you know, stacking all the running backs isn't a bad move either. You know, if I got them all, that means nobody else has them. So we'll see.
I mean, I feel like this is one of those 12-team leagues. There's got to be another quarterback too, aside from just Dobbs. There's probably a lot of guys in there where you don't really need to trade for a guy, really, or what?
No, it's kind of light. Yeah, so that's definitely interesting. It is kind of light. What I would like to do is just play Dobbs for this game. I'm hoping I got Watson back. Cleveland's already had their bye, so hoping Deshaun Watson's good for the rest of the season after this week. Obviously, Robinson's out. I think, what did they say, 3 to 6? So it'll be some time for him.
Nice. Nope, that's good. That's good. I know obviously Kamara's back. You wanted to touch on that a little bit. He came out firing, did his thing.
I wish we could pull up, you know, and I didn't look at the clips from our podcast from in week 4, but you called it. In week 4, going into week 4, I was kind of nervous. I was like, do I start him? Do I not? You know, we have, again, I have the running back depth. I didn't start him. And I think he put up 20 points in his first week back. And then he put up 18 points the following week. So, man, he didn't miss a beat. Maybe putting up more points than this time last year. So shout out to you. You made that call in advance. I faded it, man. I faded you. I faded it, and I lost some points. I didn't lose the week. I lost some points though. Nice.
So that's good. That's the way she goes. But he looked hungry, and Taylor is like a different situation where him and the team are like kind of fighting and arguing, and you don't really know what to expect with him. And Kamara, you just know that he's literally the dude, and he's going to come back and do his thing. It was what I assumed, or at least you have to try to assume that with some of those. You got to have some hope somewhere. And so that's a place that I later for sure. But no, I guess other than that, you know, Puka still did his thing. It was cool to see Cup get ripping too as well. In week 5, he was back too, and that was pretty good. He just instant thing. I plugged in Cup and Taylor in a couple leagues that I had them stashed, and at least Cup did something. Taylor didn't do much, but Puka kept ripping, and now they're talking about trading Van Jefferson. Looked like I was standing when we were in Denver. I was standing in the lineup there with one of the guys, and maybe I'll talk about the Denver game a little bit because obviously it's pretty cool. I got free tickets from VSP to go down to that game and hang out. So I got to go to my first Bronco game on Sunday, and wasn't what I hoped for. It was kind of a sloppy game, start to finish. there was a couple good runs, like the rookie Jalen McClellan there for Denver. He ran for I think 70, 80 yards, or maybe it was even more than that. He was doing his thing out there. Brees Hall broke a good one, like right in the second half. We were kind of just in the tunnel way trying to cool down because it was just beat hot out there. Like we were way up, nice, good view of everything. There's a group of probably 20 of us that were down from all over the place. It was really cool. Just met a whole bunch of different VSP holders and people from all over the place. People I've been talking to in Spaces or in Discord and stuff for the last few years. So really cool. Just put the face to the name and chat with, some of the guys that are in the fantasy league too, that are playing along with us and stuff. So it was pretty fun, but like Russ is sloppy, man. Here we are again. I don't know if Denver's about to get a touchdown, and it'll depend what they call this play with Sutton. He just made a catch in the end zone. That'll be the first one in a while, but they were playing bad. I don't know what to say. Russ, there was a few times where I thought he is like wide open to like at least make a 10, 15, 20 yard, like first down run when he needed to do it. And he just never ran, and it sucked. And he fumbled it like 3 times doing that, like getting tackled. And it just like, it was bad to watch, man. It wasn't what I wanted in my first Bronco game. I was hoping for a lot more than that. The atmosphere was awesome and everything. And the fans were nice. Like they were polite to the Jets fans. And obviously I was in a crowd full of Jets fans because we're going there thanks to, Gary and AJ Vaynerchuk. And obviously they're all Jets fans. And the whole basically group was Jets fans. So I was dressed head to toe in Broncos gear. I even had this bad boy on. I was rocking out at the game with my big with my Broncos jersey, and then the big bucket hat I had rocking. And like I say, now I got the hollow hat from the event. One of the guys brought and gave us all hats. But it was cool, man. You ever been to an NFL game? That was my first.
I haven't. I've been to college games. I've been to plenty at Heinz Field. Of the Pitt Panthers games, but I've never been to an NFL game.
Look,
someday. It looks good, man. It looks good. I love those, man. I think it's really cool. The Stars have some. I like seeing the kids wearing them. They love them. They love this shake.
That was like what I used as my excuse to get it. I'm like, I get it. Yeah, it's for my kid. She loved it though. But it goes like down to her knees basically, right? Because she's still just little. But I gave it to her, and so I'm like, look at that, got you the pony chain, and she just loves it. It like probably weighs her down. But,
you're like, I have to borrow it every Sunday. Every Sunday I'm going to borrow it, but then it's going to be yours again.
Yeah. But we're rocking. But yeah, no, it was really cool. So like we all got free tickets to the game. There was a whole bunch of us, and had a bit of a meet and greet after that, which was pretty cool. And I know we were thinking about chatting about later, but I mean, before we even get into week 6, it was just really, really fun to do. Like it just so many good people, right? So many good connections, and getting to actually hang out and bro down with so many of the PFPs that you get to hang out with, putting a face to the name and all that good stuff, right? So just really cool. And then we had an after event. Originally we were supposed to go tailgating with Gary and AJ, and then we'd go to the game and they'd go wherever they went in the game and watch it. But they weren't able to make it. They were out doing some business and just had to switch some flights and stuff. So a couple of days before, they let us know that they were going to be coming in the evening. So they booked out a bar downtown for just a private little thing for 15, 20 of us or whatever. And man, just shows their commitment, right? Like they literally flew all the way from LA, ended up getting in at like 7:30, hour commute into downtown, came hang out with us for 2 hours, and then literally had to fly back out of there. But just such a cool experience, man. I don't even know how to explain it, because it was just so private and intimate, right? Like it's not often you're going to get hour and a half, 2 hours with Gary Vaynerchuk and AJ, literally just chatting with them and talking about different sports things and just kind of learning from them and picking their brains. And obviously I feel like I have a bit of a camaraderie with AJ because we chat. He's pretty active in VSP, chatting back and forth with some of the bigger holders and even everyone. It's just cool experience. But just to sit there too and get a bunch of alpha from Gary and pick his brain a little bit, and literally it was cool, man. We were just standing. He came in, shook some hands, talked to people, and literally pulled up a seat and started chatting. And we kind of had a group of 7 or 8 of us just kind of circled around him chatting, and straight up, I was just right across from him, probably asked him 7 or 8 questions. I bet you he stared at me for like 15 minutes of his conversation. I felt like we like broke down, and I got like a minute to like, like thank him for like that's why I'm doing what I'm doing here, right? Because there's like a story he was saying a couple of years ago, talking about how he wanted to use VFriends for IP that really made me like understand NFTs and tokens, and then talking about how when he was like 34 is when he started, made his change from the wine thing and got into the media and really started like going after that. And it was a story that made me realize, because I was literally 34 2 years ago, like this, I can like restart and retry, you know what I mean? Like I've built a good career for myself, but it was never following my passion. And so like to be able to sit, talk to the guy one-on-one, shake his hand, give him a hug and thank him for it was pretty cool. And just like, that's why me and you are here, right? Because I started the Bush League thing. I'm like, let's go for it. Let's go on the air. Let's be live. Let's start chatting. Let's start bantering. Let's try to be funny. Let's talk sports and been obviously building out that NFT project with my little brother for a couple of years, right? And just cool to chat with him. And again, and AJ for putting the whole thing together. It's really fun. Free food, free drinks for a couple hours. Like it was awesome. Really enjoyed it.
So you were there for how many days? You were there from Saturday to Tuesday, Monday. Wednesday? You were there till Monday. Okay.
Really just in flow. Like I met up with my mom Friday in the city. She took my kiddo. I flew out like Saturday, 5 a.m. So then it was like 3 hours of Vancouver, 6-hour layover, 3 hours of Denver. I keep saying Detroit, but the D behind me. 3 hours. So it was like 6 at night when I got to Denver, right? That's I said, just kind of quick to the hotel, went out with everybody for a few hours, basically Sunday all day, right? Hung out with everybody, went to the game, did the thing, chilled with Gary and AJ. Monday, I woke up, went to the spa, got my hair did. I'm sure you've seen this.
Everybody saw. Everybody saw.
My hair was just full. I wonder, it still might even be half decent. It's still probably holding together. Let's see what we're dealing with. Oh, it's still kind of flowy, baby. Look at that.
You got it up top. Up top's got the down low is it's starting to get messy again.
Gave it a nice blow dry. The cut I get is usually about that much off. Clean up those split ends, clean up around the ears, nice, clean up the neck because my neck just gets gorilla, right? But yeah, so I was I was loving it. So Monday was a spa day for the kid. Nice massage, nice hairdo. They give it a little shampoo, risky, more conditioner than I've put in it the last 3 years combined, probably. So just luscious right now. Don't know what else to say.
There you go.
Keep her down. Should I keep her down? What are you doing?
I don't want to talk about it.
I think I'm like LGBTQing it up or something, maybe.
Anytime that we get into this, I'm happy for you for about 5 minutes, and then I just get sad. And I remember you don't have any hair.
It looks good, buddy. It looks good.
My son's on me all the time. He's like, Dad, I know you can grow hair. Just grow your hair out. I don't want you to be bald. I'm like, but dude, I'll have the power donut. I can't grow. I like have this. And he's like, just do it. I'm like, I'm not. No, I'm not doing it.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Dude, it was really fun, man. Like that. I don't think there's many opportunities where you're going to get to sit down with Gary and AJ for an hour and a half, right? Like even like Series 1 holders, those meetings are 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 50. Some guys have the bowling ones where they're going to get to spend a couple hours with them. But like, at the same time, a lot of people paid a lot of money for those holos. Like we paid VF1 prices for some of them, which, as I always say, that's not on them though. That's a market consumer choice, but still just so cool for Gary, when that thing launched, be saying holo is alpha. And then one day we really got, I felt like it's just cool, man. It just not like I said, VCon or something. You're not going to sit there with Gary for an hour and a half. Any of the sports cards things, it probably doesn't happen that often, or, maybe he's competing, collecting the card stuff a little bit, but even then he's probably pretty competitive and playing and doing his thing. Right. And he's coming off a Jets win. I was probably the only guy bummed there with being a Broncos guy. Everybody else is a Jets fan, but I'm sure that helped.
Were they ragging on you, or was it like they felt sorry for you?
I mean, they might have been ragging on me a little more if I was still wearing my full Bronco gear. But like after the game, man, we were boiling. Like some people literally went and like watched the game inside on the TV for like 2 quarters. Like it was so like crazy hot, sun beating down, like it was nuts hot. Like I wasn't even drinking, I was just drinking water because I was like, we might die out here. It was like really, really hot. So no, it was I forgot where I was going with that. I lost my train of thought a little bit, but I think after that, I went to the hotel, had to rinse, and then I was like, well, my jersey's absolutely soaked. I'm just gonna switch into. I think I have one of my Bushleague shirts. So I was like, maybe they'll recognize the logo. You never know. Got to bring it by. I realized after too, I took a picture with Gary. I didn't even get the free logo show. My hair was covering it. My long flow was right over it. Not that was my intention, but I laughed after my hair on one side is down, my other side's covered the logo. But no, it's cool. It's just so cool. That's something I've been like working towards since I started this, right?
Now, how many of those does he do a year? How many similar events do they do for their holders?
Like for which?
Similar to the V-Pass.
I mean, like I know, like say V-Friends, like Series 1, there's some of those. There's a couple tokens that are like bowling tokens where I think you can book like once a year to go like bowling with them for an hour, right? Basically, like if you look at the VF1 redemptions, that's going to be basically all of them. Like most of them are like a 5-minute phone call or 5-minute FaceTime, stuff like that. Like this is like a complete one-off, like just maybe a once in a lifetime opportunity almost, right? Because like it was just like an activation that Gary kind of followed through on, because when that project was launched, he said Hollow is alpha, and it ran a lot of speculation to that at the time. But like I would say that he delivered on that just by flying across the world to hang out with the guys for two hours, right? Like
sure.
Just like I said, I don't think you're getting that opportunity very much. I don't even know if VF1 holders are getting that necessarily, right? Like you got to be his buddy probably to get that.
Well, there you go, man. You got 15 minutes alone with him. Any advice or guidance that really resonated or that will stick with you for a long time based on your questions you asked or that 15 minutes that you had to really sit down and chat with him?
I mean, I guess like it was more like hour and a half. Like we were all there. I probably spent half the time with him, half the time with AJ. There's a good 15, 20 minutes where I was, probably asking him a bit of questions. It was still in a group setting. So I didn't ask anything too personal because it was more like, you know what I mean?
You don't want to get booted out of there.
Yeah, no, well, you don't want to be that guy, right?
No.
But just more just, knowing how committed Gary is to doing it and where his head's at with like collectibles and stuff like that, and how truly he believes in like the blockchain and where it's going to go, and just, being able to pick his brains on ideas of why and where it'll be useful with different things. And sure. I even brought up with him like soulbound tokens and universities, and how I think it's like really hard for people to verify that kind of stuff. And we had a pretty good conversation of like where he thought, that kind of tech would lead, and just lots of information on what he thinks about trading cards and that kind of value, and how he, one thing I was, mentioning to him too, is like, say like Pokemon stuff. Like I was really into that back in the day, but I don't really do it anymore. But now I find myself going into it with my little girl, right? Because like she's exploring that, and taking her to the same stores that I bought them at when I was a kid, and I was like, I have really played the V-Friends cards with her because I'm kind of scared for her to wreck them. Like she's only 3, so I haven't really played with those ones with her yet, right? And then he was, just mentioning about how that's something they're talking about too, is being able to release something where people aren't as worried about that, like and being able to grow it, and say like his Mattel toy, like it's pretty cheap. It's like $45, right? But it's all about that, like that low point of entry. And again, I kind of brought up how like Pudgy Penguins going into Walmart at like $8. Like to me, that's really good. You can call it cheap, whatever. 10 million, 20 million extra people are going to see it, the brand, and that value is crazy insane. And that's what he's talking about, of having, yes, there's these high token values for V1 and all this, and he is releasing a lot of other tokens, and some people are like, oh, you're flooding the market, this and that.
Sure.
But he's like, I'm thinking 10, 20 years, you got to have these entry points when it's $30,000 is the minimum entry point. And that's all that nobody knew was going to come in. He said, you got to be growing the brand in a way where you're onboarding more people and growing it. And so it's cool to learn, know that. And that's something I've always thought about, is like a lower price point, the more people, that's a larger value in the end, right? And just, again, just cool to pick his brain. And same thing with AJ, learning a lot about how he deals with the sports agency and going after talent and stuff like that behind the scenes. And just cool to chat with him. It was really fun, really fun. And a lot of people there, had good perspectives and good stuff too. There's a lot of really good business minds and stuff that are in that room. So it's just cool to meet everybody and put faces to names. Like I say, it's fun.
Yeah, there's different use cases, different models for tokens, for digital assets. And, some of them are going to be, you want them to be more rare and you want to make them exclusive. Other ones, like you said, we want the barrier of entry to be low because we want people to come to this space. We want to grow it. We want to really push blockchain out to the world. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to make it affordable. We're going to make it easy. We're going to make it useful. So if he's doing that, that's great. I'm interested in his specific take on Pudgy's move with Walmart and Pudgy's branding, because I haven't heard a negative take yet. I know Gary's take's not going to be negative, but did he speak about it specifically?
Like when I brought it up to him, like he just said, like, yeah, that's a good point. Like it's bringing it out to more people and growing it. And again, I tried to, quickly veer the topic back to VFriends, because there's
of course
that are there for that specifically. But like you could tell that he was like, yeah, like that's a good thing for us in the space and for, bringing that digital ownership back to the IP. Like it's really cool, right?
Absolutely. Man, we got to get into our week 6 picks.
Yeah, no, I'm down. Obviously, just again, I want to send a big shout to VSP, and I'll go into their project a little later and show what they're offering and kind of how I got down there. But I definitely want to blast through week 6 as well, see what we can do. Where, like I say, we're coming in hot. We got a carryover now. Someone's gonna have to do 50. I already know I can do it, so that's a boost of confidence if it comes down to it. You're crushing 25 easy every time, so who knows? You're gonna do 50 and you're gonna make me look like a baby, because I was toughing it out at the last few. So we'll see.
I'm gonna have to be cautious of my picks this week. I'm gonna have to be cautious. No more just picking to pick. But I'm still picking the Steelers. Man, the Steelers beat Baltimore this week. Unexpected. The AFC North is a toss-up. It's a toss-up in the AFC North. Let's see what happens. But let me pull this up real quick so we can both have it up. And Broncos, Chiefs. You're going Broncos, right?
No, man. After last week, I know they're already down, but there was no way I was picking them after what I seen last week. 0. I'm done. I got money and push-ups on the line. There was no way. And if you need proof that I'm not just picking it live, I can show you like 8 fantasy leagues where I dropped the Denver defense today because I was like, I'm just not having it. There's no way.
No.
They're gone. I'm done. They're still my team. But
I'm not prepared to write down these answers here. Give me 1 sec. Sorry if I'm messing up.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about writing them down. You let me know when you're ready, but we already know where you're going with the Steelers. But I think they're also on a bye week too. Like they're not even playing.
Yeah, the Steelers are bye this week. Yep. All right. Yeah, so I'm going Denver. No, I'm not. Who am I kidding? I'm going KC. Let's go.
Well, I'll clip it. I'll clip it for socials. Thank you. I'm going Denver. We got it. So then from there, I guess Sunday morning, there's going to be another super early game. Is that one over in London too? It's got to be the 7:30. Ravens Titans. Are they in London? They must be. Yeah, they're both London. I think that's the last London game. I could be wrong, but so the Jags are back and those guys are over there for a game. But sometimes I thought that the same team, they would have like the Jags there twice and then the other team there twice, but maybe I'm wrong. But Ravens Titans, I mean, like you said, they lost last week. But I think the Ravens will get it. I think the Ravens will win.
Yeah, you got to go Ravens. And Tennessee hasn't been as strong as I'd hoped. I think I picked them to win the AFC South this year, and it's been a rough start. So I'm going Ravens as well. Moving on to the next, I got Panthers and Dolphins. We're just going to keep rolling with the Dolphins, right? So
yeah. There's no reason to switch off the Dolphins. Easy money. Saints and Texans. Big dub. Winston. Don't be West Side of me. This is a Winston dub. Oh, I can't even do it. There we go. He came out with 34 zip, and I picked the Patriots too last week. That was one of my bad ones, and I really thought about the Saints. If I would have had him, I would have had another dub on you. You'd be doing 50 just.
So I was thinking about that when I was going back through our list. I was like, "Oh man, this is bad," because I missed a lot of the earlier ones, and you missed a few of the later ones, kind of in our pick structure. And I was nervous, man. I was nervous, and when I saw that you picked the Patriots again, I was like, "Yes,
yeah." They 34 zip. Saints and Texans kind of ran over him and showed him who's boss. But what do you do, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man, we're back from holidays in the Redlands. Not even going to give us more than 10 seconds ranting here. Jeez. Oh, well, we better speed it up. Bye.
All right, Saints.
Oh, boy. CJ Stroud, Winston, you got an easy one, but you always blow it right after. CJ Stroud, Texans. Commanders and Falcons, I think that's the one. That Denver D I tossed out. Falcons and Detroit were the teams I picked up to replace them, so Falcons.
Yeah, I'm going Commanders. Let's go.
Here's our
change. We're breaking it up.
Colts and Jags. Anthony Richardson, is he still out? I think he is.
Yeah, he's out for – I think he's out for quite a while. I think he's out for weeks. All right, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You got 8 seconds to say your thing. Jaguars. No, Colt. No, I don't know.
Jags. I'm taking Jags. You take Colts. Let's get out of it.
No, Jags. I'm going Jags. Colts without the guy. Who they got? Tyrod? I don't even know.
Right.
Oh, no, Minshew. They got Minshew.
Oh, they do have Minshew.
Give me the Colts. Give me the Colts.
Just because of his mustache. Just because of his mustache. You're going to pick him based on his mustache? Ring the bell. Ring the
Because penalties. What happens if we get 3? We should have a rule if we ever get 3. Or if like one of us gets 3, one or the other. We'll figure it out one day. We'll make a rule for it and someone will lose something. Okay, but so I'm going Colts. That's it. I'm locked. Colts.
All right, so I'm not really concerned about this next one. I know the Seahawks won last week, but I mean Bengals all the way. I mean, I just can never not pick the Bengals.
3 TDs for Chase last week. Let's go.
Yeah,
it was on fire. Tyler Boyd, I had to plug him in a lineup or 2 this week because of buys, so I'm hoping the Bengals do something good. Metcalf's such a beauty. DK, not DK, don't know. I'll take Bengals too. Vikings, Bears. Bears might be their only win all year. Vikings. Oh, no Jefferson.
And the Bears, they look good. They put up some points.
Vikings.
Yeah, I'm going Vikings too. I can't go against the Bears. I can't go for the Bears.
49ers, Browns. Another easy pick for me, 49ers. They're just rolling right now. The whole team's buzzing. McCaffrey's just like TD, 14 in a row. Next game, he'll be going for 15
Their D is so strong. Great team.
I just hope Jerome Ford gets at least 20 fantasy points. That's all that matters to me. I'll be very happy. But I also have some leagues where I have to bench them because I'm so stacked. Patriots, Raiders. I mean, Patriots are sucking. Raiders are also sucking. Let's give it to Vegas at home.
Yeah, exactly. So we just found out that there's a new high school being built by us where my kids will eventually go, and their school name is going to be the Raiders. So I don't know how I feel about that. Like, it's a pretty sick high school name, the Raiders. You know.
I know my Yorkton growing up, Yorkton Raiders.
Yeah, pretty sick. I mean, but I don't want to associate it with Oakland, with Vegas. But we'll keep going.
It was righteous for us. We were a bunch of animals. Lions, Bucks, like I already said earlier, Detroit is the defense I plugged in a lot of places. I've been riding Detroit all year. I even picked them to start the year off, and I'm going to keep riding Detroit because they're hot. Same.
I'm going Lions.
Cardis, Rams. Dobbs is your boy, eh? That's a tight game. Cooper Kupp's back in business, though, so she's a Rams dub baby.
So I can't pick. I got to be careful with my picks. I'm going with you. I'm going with you on that. I'm going Rams. I like Dobbs with O'Connor hurt to at least put up more points. However, it's Rams all day.
I feel it. The next one, easy pickings. Screw the Jets. They took the Broncos out, but Russ sucks so bad they deserve to win. Broncos, they lost. Why is Denver such a mess is the headline on TV right now when I look over. I mean, what? Eagles, easy win.
Exactly. Moving on to Buffalo in New York. You know, same thing. You want to go Buffalo. I feel like I'm never going to pick against Buffalo, but they've shown me a couple times this year that I probably should be picking against them, not against the Giants. I'm going Buffalo.
Yeah, I mean, like they had their one loss, right? That like at the start of the year you didn't expect. They played a bunch of good games after that. And then London game, it's tough to judge. It's a London game. So they're back at home. The Giants are abysmal. Bills are an easy pick. Tyrod Taylor's great a quarterback, though. I swear. Like Daniel Jones, I sorry, sucks. Yeah. Tyrod Taylor, let's go, baby.
Yeah, agreed.
I even picked him up in a league or two just to grease anybody who's on bye weeks, and then that was like the last quarterback standing. I didn't even need him. I just pick him up.
Good move.
Yeah. Cowboys, Chargers. Dak sucked. He got me 4 points last week. 4 points. How Bush League is that? Dak, 4 points. Cut me some slack. I'm trying to grow a business here. I got to win my fantasy league, and you give me 4 points.
What's Dak's Monday night record? I'm looking it up real quick. This is Monday Night Football.
Herbie's taking it. Herbie Lovebug's taking it. Chargers for me, baby.
Nuh-uh.
Yep.
Dak's 4-1 on Monday night. I'm going Dak. I'm going the Cowboys. Let's go.
Take it, baby. You take your picks, and I'm going to take mine. And I got something stuck in my pant like here. What is it? Well, it's like a fern from Denver. Probably from walking through the bush somewhere. I found a little fern in my pants. What if I got that through customs? Maybe it'll take over the local organisms, and then that'll be the end over here.
You got an invasive species.
Yeah, it's an invasive prune prickle bush. They'll be all, my dog will be covered in them next week. Well, there's your picks, babies. Thank you, everybody, if you listened and you gave a crap about what these two idiots have to say. But you should, because we're on a dang roll. We were bushing the first week, but like I say, the first week never counts. You're just running clueless. And I literally said, if we were cool and we had a good editor that wasn't us who aren't that good, we would have the clip. We'd be like, clip it, and someone would be doing it. But my dog's just sleeping. He's not doing anything. But we said we were going to be rolling after week 2. And if we weren't, we sucked. And if we suck, that's okay, because we're Bush League. But we're doing it, baby. They can't stop us.
Nah, it's a win. It's an easy win. I think people are going to start coming to this show just to get our picks.
Yeah, like I don't like to say I'm giving gambling advice, but it's been good advice.
Hey, I got a question. You got the live on air up.
Yeah,
but when we're not live, when it's a recording, is that live on air still going to be there?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, I was just checking.
Yeah, it's just a button I press. Like I just press it, and then it goes away, or it doesn't. I can put other things. You want some weights? You can get little weights over there. We can give you a dog. We can put tent on you live on air. Bushleague Sports Fantasy Show. That tent's cool. I like the tent. A little bit of Joel Mills, little dog on you. You got a little dog in you, baby. You got a little dog on you.
Dog.
Now you know. Oh no, I seen those 25 push-ups. You got some dog in you. But yeah, that's good. So 13-3 is a record. It's gonna be hard to beat the record because there's 2 less games every week now. So that might be the money one. But with that said, it is beatable. And if it gets, it's going to be easier in theory to get like a perfect week because there's 2 less games to play.
Sure. And we can look at it from a percentage standpoint, and make it based on your success rate on the week. Right?
Whatever you're saying. I don't know.
It's a math thing. It's a math term. I'm not really great at math either. I had to take 3 years in high school of math, but I mean, I took the easiest math I possibly could. My art classes, my senior year, I think I had like 4 or 5 art classes. It was great. My senior year, I didn't do much.
Love it.
I'm not much of an artist either. Not like your brother, not like all of my friends in the Web3 world. Man, I'm pretty good at stick figures though.
I've been crushing it lately. Bitsy in that UFO and some of the stuff he's made is pretty cool stuff. He's starting to pump out some of the space assets now that we got the coins and a lot of the like tent and camper stuff done. So it'd be cool to see all the different little things he whips up, because those ones won't be as wild. We're not like interchanging objects in those ones. They're going to be something that like appears in the space, but then we'll give people access to those files. But it's pretty cool stuff. For anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, just go check out Bushleague Media on Twitter or on Instagram, and you'll see a whole bunch of different little 3D stuff my brother's working on, and it'll be cool. That UFO, maybe that'll be like our Toy Story claw one day. You can set the ball down while we'll make our own little football game animations. We'll be ripping.
Love it, man. Yeah, just so much cool stuff going on lately. Where are we going? We're at the Bushleague Sports.
Yeah. We may as well get into Bushleague Sports a little bit too with Friends Fantasy League guy, because I know Shredding Sassy, I think for the first time all year they had the most fab points. And for anybody who doesn't know or is just tuning in, we run a league here at Bushleague Sports, and it's with a bunch of different communities, and we're kind of trying to introduce a way to have. Obviously, everybody knows the traditional way. You get in, you play fantasy league, you got a winner. But having it so the leagues can compete against each other in a really fun, unique way, and kind of use it for marketing and different things. And it's been really fun to see people coming out. We had the most people using it on social media last week that we've had all year. So that was really cool. Kind of up I think 60% from the week before. So that was really awesome. But yeah, this is the first week. Shredding Sassy came out and got it done on the fab board, and it took us up by about 600 points. It's nice to see. I was stoked.
But what's trouble though is this was our big week, and I really felt like, oh man, we're going to come back, especially when you told me we had higher fab points. But you guys smoked us in fantasy points this week, so it didn't matter. We're still back. We're down on you still by 900 points like we were last week, but just because you guys smoked us on the fantasy scores.
I think I wouldn't say you're back as much as you were last week. You had a big catch up because you guys got about 600 on the fab on us this week, and we only got about 100 extra fantasy points on you. So I don't think it was too as crazy as you think. You guys made a big comeback.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah, no, you guys were back by about 1,400. You guys were so. It was impressive to see, and you guys got room to do even more, because I don't think you guys had the top spots either. There's a few guys from my league that were in 1-2. And again, for anybody who's tuning in, this tournament is between all the different communities. So my project, Bushleague Media, has a team in there. Your project, Shredding Sassy, and Karaoke. We've been holding top 3 steady, as you can see, no movement in the power rankings. But a big jump up from V-Friends and VSP, obviously. All kinds of bonus points. They were pretty active because we were all in person, got to meet them. So everybody was a little more stoked to do some stuff. VSP earns a few extra points for giving some in-person alpha, same as V-Friends. So they got a big jump up there, a 1,000 fab points each. Same as Shredding Sassy, sharing it on the main account. Love it. Quick 1,000 fab for the squad. So shouts to the community. Same as Karaoke. They gave a big share, and that helps. So I appreciate that, right? Because, get some word out, get some people, get some eyes on the fantasy. If I can get more people playing fantasy, there's a better chance I can afford to host the leagues for all these communities again next year and the year after and all that good stuff, right? Because a part of what we're doing with all these leagues is how people earn their fab in these leagues. As you can see, every different league has their own community of different players. It's pretty cool to see people coming out and using the PFPs from their community. Shredding Sassy, you guys got the Bush League backgrounds rocking. I'm loving seeing a bunch of them. Same as the boys in this league. There's just tents galore, but it's almost kind of like an advertising tool. When people come here and they're looking at the tournament, they can see different projects. Over time, we'll have different businesses, and then kind of set you guys tournaments of your own up. And then the way they do it is through that leaderboard. Everybody who's earning or sharing or doing things on social media, they're earning points, and those points are going right back into the sleeper league every week. Let's see how many people are on the leaderboard here this week already. 33, and then we're only about halfway through, so that's nice. We got Sickle, shouts to you, just creeping on there. Love it. Who do we got this week? Bush League's got top 2, Karaoke 3. We're ripping. You guys are falling behind this week. We got a Karaoke guy up there, 4 Bush Leaguers. You guys are fading back this week a hair. So we'll have to see. You might have to rally the troops to get back in there. But it's been kind of cool to see how it's working as a bit of a marketing tool, right? People are truly motivated to go out and share about stuff, try and earn those points, and then get that extra fab in the league to buy their players, right? It's been kind of cool to see it actually like transitioning and working and really getting people active and going on the leaderboard. These bottom teams, they're not that active, and that's why they're kind of way down. I don't know if they'll ever be able to make it back up. But one thing I'm going to be in chats with this week about doing is maybe, just maybe, after week 8, we might be kicking the last place team out and replacing them with someone who's going to try to make a comeback run the rest of the way. So that could be an interesting little twist that we have going in the league here. So we'll see how it all works out.
You can't drop bombs on me like that mid live show. It's not in the bottom corner, but this is live right now. Mid live show, you can't drop bombs on me, man. What do you mean you're going to bring a new team in? What do you mean you're going to bring a new team into this mess?
As we've chatted about before, there's a few, there's maybe a few that aren't really doing much, not even set lineups. They're not necessarily supporting the Bush League that much. And there's been some reach outs from a few people saying, we want in. One guy had a bold call in the DMs from one community. He said, I bet you if we got in halfway through, we could get and finish top 3. And I said, I don't know about that, but I might take him up on it, because there's
a lot of football left. There's a lot of football left.
If they want to make a run at it, I will take that over someone who I'm doing all this work for and no one cares. Everybody's there for free. I'll still let them have their prizes, but it could be a fun little twist. So we got a few weeks. I might announce it, let the communities know. There's only 3 or 4 communities that are really in danger down there, and let them see what happens. There's no way we're ever going to get down there. We're fine. We know our consistency, but might be a fun little twist. But it's been really cool to kind of add this extra layer and see, because one thing I wanted to be able to do and is, say for you guys have 20, 30 players, be able to set that up. Or even one thing where I was kind of mentioning to Gary for a second that I would love to chat with him about is, say being able to set up a VFriends one, where if you have Bush League token, we could set up for, say, VF1 members or something, different characters, pick 10 or 12 different VFriend characters, right? Team Adaptable Ant, Team Dialed In Dog, and have it so that those first 12 people that come and sign up get on that team. And now you can have like a VFriends tournament between all the different characters, right? Get their animation team making little weekly animations and putting stuff out. And something like that, I think is a good way to onboard people and show it to new stuff. And imagine running that tournament through Sleeper. And if you ever use the mobile app, the little avatars you get at the top of your matchup that are battling back and forth. Imagine that being like some VFriends characters or something. So I kind of mentioned it for 1 second with Gary, and he said, let's chat. So I hope that can happen, because that's the whole use case of this tool, right? Is being able to market with it and have it onboard. Yeah, 100%.
Onboard your friends that are outside. This is going to be the way, right? Especially in a controlled environment. Maybe it's a community you're familiar with, maybe it's a community you're involved in. You're not just throwing them to the wolves. This random group of people, a public fantasy league. No, you're bringing them in with a group of people a group of people you trust, a group of people you're going to have fun with, and that are going to help you onboard the next wave of Web3.
Well, like even say my whole Bush League media team, that's all my buddies, right? There's maybe 2 people on the team that even have an NFT. So a lot of people are going to I bet you there's at least 20 people in this league that their first NFT is going to be once we give them the free mint for the Bush League token, right? So that'd be kind of cool to just bring a lot of people on that. There's been at least 20, 30 people that this is their first time playing fantasy. So I might be a nobody, cool. But I think I'm doing my part, right? I'm bringing all kinds of different people into all kinds of things. So, sign me up, Sleeper. Someone get me going. Let's go, baby. But it's been really fun, and I think it's the communities that are enjoying it are having a lot of fun with it, and I'm getting a little better at how to interact with it and then do it all, and it's kind of fun to see it grow and move on. And one other thing I wanted to show too, I know we were chatting earlier about VSP in Denver, and that I maybe want to give a quick shouts to VSP, play a little video of their new their new rewards program. Obviously they have the NFT tokens that give you different access to different events, different stuff like I've been doing in the past. And now they've kind of evolved it into a new system where you can get points depending how many cards you have, but anyone from the general public can also buy in. It's $245 to mint your token. It's with cash. Like I minted mine cash. That's the only way to do it is mint with cash. And then even a new person coming in, you pay that $245, you get 500 VSP points. You can bid on different events, different items, different stuff like that. And then if you have the NFTs, you just get more points. You get bonus points depending how many you hold. So it's kind of a cool, unique new way that I think will bring in a few new people. So I want to pop that up and play through that. And maybe you'll even check it out and enjoy it. I don't know if you've seen the new VS point system yet, have you? So
no, I haven't, and I'm interested. Does it use a custodial wallet? And I assume you're minting with a cash card, right?
It did go to like my MetaMask when I minted it or whatever.
Understood. So you log in with your MetaMask wallet, with your crypto Ethereum wallet, and then you pay with your card, and it gets
I guess I wonder how it would be for a new person. Like, because for me, I signed in through my account. So I guess you probably have to have a VSP account, because the VSP account's where my wallet is inputted into, right? So for me, I've been on that ecosystem for like a year. So I basically was logged into my account, went in to mint the token, and then it did activate the signature. So I'm not 100% sure on how it would work for the non-consumer. I think it would end up making them a wallet, or I can't answer that question.
No worries. Yeah, it definitely would be something to look into, or something that I'll look into. So awesome.
Introducing Vayner Sports Pass Rewards, the first digital sports rewards membership program. Members of the VSP Rewards program can enjoy sporting event experiences in their local area, redeem unique sports collectibles, gain exclusive access to professional athletes, and more. How does the VSP Rewards program work? Every few months, a new reward season will release, where members can purchase a new unique item, granting them more VS points. Additional point multipliers will be awarded for those that hold Vayner Sports Passes in their account. More VSPs equals more VS points awarded after purchasing the unique seasonal item. VS points are the off-chain currency used in the VSP Reward Shop that allows members to redeem and bid on sporting events, custom items, and exclusive access. Head on over to our website to get your VS points. And welcome to VSP Rewards, the first ever digital sports membership program.
Yeah, it's a cool little detailed video. Kind of gives you a little info of how it all works and how you can get bidding on some stuff there. So it's kind of cool. But so kind of anybody can get in that ecosystem, bid on some stuff now. It's just a couple bucks, so it's worth checking out.
Yeah, I'm real interested, and I think VSP has an office, a facility here in Dallas. So I definitely have to look into that, look it up.
Yeah, well,
maybe.
One of the things that you can actually bid on right now is a tour of their office in New York, downtown, like where AJ and Gary work. So that's a cool thing. You can get a tour of the Vayner Sports headquarters, and you get like a free limited edition leather jacket too on your visits or something like that. So I think there's like 10 of them available that you can purchase with a different amount of points. There was one event. It just went for like $200. Someone got 2 tickets to LA Rams. And so it's like, it's been kind of, you'll see where it goes, right? I think people are kind of skeptical on how much to bid yet, because it's just starting, but different signed memorabilia, baseballs, footballs, and all kinds of different stuff. There's some hats that went live. But pretty cool.
Yeah, I love it. I'll definitely check it out. Always down to try new things, join new communities and grow. So it's going to be something I definitely look into. And I'm a huge sports guy, right? That's why we're here. That's why we're chatting.
No, for sure. And then one other thing I wanted to get into, before we get close to wrapping it up, is my buddies over at Banana Best Ball. I just want to give them a quick shout out. I think they built a pretty cool product on the blockchain. So I just want to kind of go over that for a second and show
tell me about it
going on. But basically, when they had it, you can't mint them anymore. But one of the passes there, you would get a Banana Best Ball pass, which would give you access to a best ball league. And I don't know, have you ever drafted a best ball there yourself? Have you ever done one of those?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, so what a best ball is basically when you draft, you draft probably a deep team, usually 16, 20, and it auto starts your best player. So you don't have to do anything all year. The draft is like all you do. You pick your players. You got to have your team. You got to kind of factor in bye weeks. You really want to go into the depths, because look at right now, like the running backs are abysmal. If you had all starters, you probably wouldn't have any left on your roster, right? So you got to kind of pick and choose a little smarter, but you pick a really deep team. And then every week it just auto starts, your 2 best running backs, your 2 best wide rights, your quarterback. So it's like it auto lineups you the best lineup every week. So that's what a best ball is. A lot of people do them because a lot of people love drafting and hate the management all year, right? So this is like a way around it, right? But so they've created that on chain where you can, I got to pop it up on our screen. I don't think it's up there, but they have it going on chain basically, where once you go and mint that token, you got to get into a league or a draft through their website. And when you draft, you would be drafting basically your quarterback or your running back or your wide rights, but you would be drafting the teams RB1, RB2, or wide right 1, wide right 2. So say you have Indy RB1, whoever's the best RB that night goes in as RB1, and it just auto starts them. Oh, I didn't mean to shut that down. but kind of a cool like feature, and did it all on chain. The drafts were live when you did them. It was like really, really cool. If you go over to their website, I think they have a leaderboard. You get a mutant ape for first. I'll just get rid of Wallet Connect because I don't need to do that right now. But they got a mutant ape prize up for first. And yeah, it's really, really cool. The draft process, as soon as the draft was done, it basically turned my pass into one of these cards. And then they're all in a big tournament. I'm pretty sure they got the leaderboard rolling here. I just got back on holiday, so I'm not properly prepped to go through it. But just stoked. You guys should go check it out. What they're doing is pretty cool on the first on-chain kind of drafting systems like that. And it's really fun. And I'm excited to see who ends up taking home that mutant at the end of the year. It's going to be really cool to see.
Is it something that they're going to do every year? Are they going to draft new cards every year, or are those set? You know, they're not adding any new teams to the NFL anytime soon. So can you drop those and buy new ones each week if you wanted to?
Like say these tokens that we drafted throughout this year, like you can buy other people's teams, right? Like I could put my team for sale and you could go buy my card, right? Or blah, 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 right? So you can go buy other people's teams. I mean, these tokens in essence will probably be useless next year, right? Like as they would be. I would assume they do a new draft because you're going to redraft it. These would become useless. I would assume maybe you get a discount next year if you have one of these. Sure. But to me personally, and I'm just assuming, I have no expectations that this thing will be useful beyond this season. When I go and do a fantasy draft on an app, it's done. It's over at the end of the year.
Yeah, so exactly.
I just probably get a cheaper redemption next year for playing again if I have tokens in my wallet, would be my guess. And if even that happens, I'm pretty stoked then too. But to me, those tokens you're not doing them next year because I wouldn't really want to. I want to go through the draft. That's the whole point of doing the best ball, is because you don't care about that. You just want to draft, right? So
sure.
So big shouts to them. And sorry that I couldn't pull up the leaderboard, but anyways, go check it out. It's a really cool option.
No worries, man. Yeah, I want to check that out. I know we had a conversation with Bull Rush NFT not too long ago, and they're doing something similar from not a player by player draft. They're doing a team and position draft, as it seems like Banana Rush has as well.
Yeah, kind of like Banana does. No, I definitely want to check out what they're doing over there too. I'm going to have a chat with them. I think next week. He's been reaching out. I want to do that. I've just been on holidays touring.
Good, man. That's awesome. I can't wait till you get it down here to Dallas. I don't know when that's going to happen. Maybe it happens in December. Maybe it happens a little bit later. Doesn't matter, man. I know you sent the local weathers my way, so I'm stoked.
Yeah, maybe I can 25 cases your way.
Back here somewhere. Maybe so right here. I'll be sipping it.
December 2nd?
December 11th.
Okay. I mean, I'm probably going to come as long as those drinks get there next bit, because I want to grab them. I want to have us to have some for the shows. I want to get get guzzling one here and there. Maybe they'll sponsor us. Who knows?
We can have some races where we chug them to see who can chug them faster, and then the loser has to do 25 push-ups. Yeah,
come on. I don't know. We're supposed to be promoting. I guess chugging them doesn't hurt. Why not?
Yeah, right. I mean, I could be severely dehydrated from the 50 push-ups I had to do earlier in the space, or earlier in the podcast for losing 2 weeks in a row.
They're gonna have to compete with Joel for that sponsorship. They might have found their own slot.
For sure, definitely. Hey, I wanted to give you some news on Sassy, if you don't mind.
Absolutely, love it at all times, baby. Tomorrow, big event. I know that you guys are kind of selling something.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very excited that I get the privilege to host a space on X. And what a space is it's similar to a Teams call or a group call where multiple people can be on stage and there can be an audience listening, and it can be a conversation about whatever you want it to be. And in this one, we're going to be talking about Shredding Sassy, which is the action sports brand that I support, that I volunteer for, that I'm a community manager for. And we're going to be talking about what we've been doing for the last 9 months. So the project minted on January 13th, Friday, January 13th. Well, here in Friday, October 13th is our first anniversary, our first Friday the 13th anniversary. So we're going to have a big party. We're going to have a big space tomorrow. We're inviting everybody, their moms, their dads, their brothers and sisters. And we just want to talk about all the goodness that's happened in Shredding Sassy over the last 9 months. We're going to talk about.
I love it. You guys been doing good things. It's awesome to see so many different redemptions for clothing and stuff like that. You guys are rolling all the shredded.
Dude, we're going to talk about the events we've had. We're going to talk about the shredded, the streetwear. We're going to talk about everything going on, everything planned. We're going to have tons of giveaways. We're going to have some fun. We're going to be giving away real life stuff. We're going to be giving away NFTs. We're going to be giving away shoes. Man, there's a custom pair of Dunks coming out with a Shredding Sassy Jason on there with the Jason mask and the machete. Those are 6. So those are being given away, and those are going to have the RFID token in the tongue of the shoe, and it's going to be verifiable on the blockchain that you own those shoes when you scan that RFID chip. So
I love it. I know you guys got some events coming up too. Then in the future, obviously, we'll talk about ETH Denver in March. Maybe I'll try to get down there and hang out for a bit. Same as Tahoe 420. Those sound like 2 good destinations for me this year.
Absolutely. So yeah, we have 4 winter trips planned right now. 2 of them are going to be in Innsbruck, Innsbruck, Switzerland. And it's going to be, we're not a whole lot of information. What's that?
You going to Switzerland?
I hope so. Not a whole lot of information has been released on that yet. I know some things are getting finalized, but it's going to be huge. If it happens, it's going to be huge. I'm stoked. But what has been announced is ETH Denver. We're going to be at ETH Denver, hopefully having a couple people on the speaking panels. And then we're heading up to Breck, and we're going to do 4 days of shredding the gnar up at Breck. Super excited about that. I will definitely be at that one. And then on 420, we're making Shred Fest an annual thing. 420, King Vale, Tahoe Resort. I'm stoked for that. Sickles puts together a huge party for that. Oh, buddy. He's looking sleepy.
I got a visitor. Well, yeah, they haven't seen me in a week. He's coming over. He's like, Dad, what do you?
Yeah, hey, you're back. Was he so stoked? It's so fun when dogs like see their owners again after being gone for a while. They're like, hey, where you been? Hey,
that's right. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I didn't know how long he was going to stay. You got to get that cuteness in there.
No, I love it, man. I love it. Sorry, I get long-winded when I monologue. I'm just really excited. There's a lot of things going on, and just it's going to be awesome to meet. Similar to you talking about meeting the community members from VSP, it's going to be exciting to meet all of these people that I've known, just virtually for the last 9 months, and to get to kind of share that. And I know when I see him, it's going to be like we're best friends because we talk multiple times a day. I'm actually heading to Scottsdale this week, and I'm meeting 2 Sassies in Scottsdale while I'm there this weekend. And nice. And I'm really excited to meet that. Shreds, I'll see you there, and Ivy. Hopefully we can make it work. So it's gonna be awesome.
I like it. No, that'd be cool. It's always fun to meet other people. And one thing I was gonna ask, when I come down in December, we'll be able to skate in your area in Dallas. Hey, like it won't be winter, will it? Like the parks will be open. There's no snow, really, is there?
So December is not too bad. We really get hit hard in February. February is when the ice storms come.
When I come down, we gotta go skate.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been trying to make it a goal to go to the skate park once a weekend. And then, we can just fool around on some flat ground stuff out in front of my house. But yeah, I would love to go skate. I was supposed to take off work tomorrow and go skate all day. That was my plan. My wife's out of town. The kids are going to be at school. I was going to take off and go skate. But I got way too much stuff to do, man. Hey, this isn't recorded. It's okay. I got way too much stuff to do. I got a plan for that space tomorrow, the Friday the 13th Sassy space. I got
What time's that at?
That is at 4:30 p.m. Eastern on X. If you see that this little guy, this little PFP here, this sassy character, that's me. That's my my profile picture. Follow that guy, and he won't lead you wrong. I promise.
Love it. Cool. No, I'm excited for that. I'll definitely be hanging out tomorrow, and obviously, like say it, I'm stoked every week to be chatting hockey football with you. This week was a really fun week for me to be able to go to my first NFL game, go down to Denver there, and like I said, just meet everybody and hang out and cheer on the Jets. Got a little V Friends mini from one of the guys from the V Friends vending machine, so maybe one of the first people to get my hands on one of them too, which is kind of cool. And just a really just really fun. Good community of people and just a great group. And just even going down to the game, tailgating, making buddies. Me and my one buddy there, Vic, shout out to him. We were kind of hanging out after everybody wanted to go into the stadium early. We hung out, had a beer too, played some beanbag toss, found a couple guys to play a game against. I mean, one, of course, I'm going to win, right? And so that's how that went. Just dusted a couple guys in America on a quick game of beanbag toss or cornhole toss.
There it is. I'm like, beanbag toss. What are we even talking about here? You're like 3 years old, like at the county fair, throwing like beanbags in this.
Well, the boys
were. What are you doing?
So roll up. Literally, me and Vic are just going to play because the one thing was sitting there, some people walked away, and then 2 guys come and they're like, "Hey, do you guys want to play with it?" And we're like, "Yeah, for sure. Let's have a game." So that first toss, I swished it. Sweating instant. And I was literally like, and it was pure fluke too, because I'm like, okay, like I'm just gonna gauge this one. We'll see how it goes. Like try to set up for complete failure, right?
Yeah.
Swoosh, and I was like, "What's up?" And then it was kind of mediocre the rest of the way, but it was a good way to start it for sure. The boys were sweating, guaranteed.
Love it. Well, dude, man, I'm glad you had fun. Happy to hear about it. Happy to be back here. I did miss not chatting with you this week. Or this past week. So glad we're back.
You too.
We'll be back again next Thursday and the Thursday after and the Thursday after. Next Thursday, I'm going to be coming in live from a different location.
Ooh, baby, where are you coming from?
I'm not telling you. It's a secret.
Cool. Nice. We'll be coming live one day from Dallas. Probably we'll end up coming live from Denver again. Maybe we'll come live from Innisbrook. Maybe we'll come live from Tahoe. Who knows what we'll be doing? Maybe we'll come live together in a few different places. That'd be neat. I don't know how we'll stream it because we don't know how to do that, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out on the fly instantly. Heck yeah. Well, as always, thanks for joining me for another week. Stoked to have a little hockey. I think next week, maybe a little bit of fantasy hockey advice we should sneak in there. It's time to start getting the people a little lineup advice. I'll give a couple tips on how I strategize my hockey lineups and why I'm like such a just dominant, probably 20-time hockey champ. Jesus, I couldn't even how many times I've won a fantasy hockey league. The guy's just dialed in over here. So I'll bring a little of that knowledge next week, and we'll keep a bush league, right?
All right, keep a bush league, man. Have a good one.
Well, as always, brother, love talking to you. We'll catch you next week. As for the rest of you, I'm stoked to be here all the time. Stoked to do another Friends Fantasy, episode 5. It's been sweet. Shouts to VSP for having that event. Gary, AJ, thanks for the motivation to be doing this and starting this. It's been a fun journey, and just really happy to have finally met everybody. Got to go down there, got to do a thing. So on behalf of Trav, myself, Bushleague Media, we're stoked to be here. We'll catch you next week. Stay Bushleague, you beauties.
I know it's too late to feel right, but now I'm really losing my mind. You gave me a love, and it feels right, and I don't really want you to stop.